In the previous episode we explored the Lofoten Islands, witnessed stunning landscapes, drove off the road in a snowstorm and wrapped up the day at Lødingen Bobo Camp. In this episode we'll cover the last 6 days of the trip, in which we drive down all the way to Geiranger in the south. On the first day, we pick up where we left off, taking the ferry from Lødingen to Bognes, suffering through a terrible pizza and yet another episode of the car behaving strangely. Day 2, we finally get to make that campfire we've been trying to make for almost the entire trip. And on day 3, it's more ferries, escalating brake problems,
Something is breaking.
which we finally get fixed.
The sound is gone! Oh my god, that was so clever.
Quickly followed by our next challenge. The following morning, on day 4, the snow is too heavy to continue, so we make another campfire with some fellow road trippers I had just met. Then on day 5, we begin our journey back towards Oslo, taking a moment to have some fun with trying to freeze bubbles in the cold and finally make that last leg back to Amsterdam.
We're ready to go again, and we're going to the ferry terminal, which is about a 6-minute drive from here. Oh, here we go. Look, there are the first people driving off the boat.
I am not exactly sure how the payment works, since I've never been on a boat here before, but let's find out.
Hello.
Hello. Have you bank card? Visa card?
Yes, I have.
Thank you. Yes, you can drive on board.
Thank you very much.
The toll tag on my windshield should reduce ferry costs as it's linked to my license plate. However, I wasn't sure if the payment would go through the toll tag or if I'd need to use my bank card, like I just did.
And off we go. So we have arrived at Bognes.
Today we're heading south towards Geiranger, stopping for the night whenever I'm getting tired.
When dark falls, the end of the road, the lights go. I'm looking for someone to raise the bar. Looking for someone.
What we have gotten ourselves. Sausages in Norway are really great. They all taste very good, so be sure to try a few. You will not be disappointed. The French fries, they are not so good. That is one hell of a pizza, and it's actually a little bit larger than I expected. Well, this is interesting. It's like bread with cheese that tastes like nothing, and raw tomatoes. They can really learn about the Italians, because this is rubbish.
Nearly every day came with its own challenges and drama, and today was no exception.
I'm a little bit scared that something's wrong with the car. It feels like the rear of the car is steering to the left and to the right. Yeah, something's really off with the car. But it makes me a little bit scared to drive faster than 60. But it only started happening about 20 minutes ago. Could have something to do with the road. The car is moving all over the place. Oh shit. I'm going to stop the car because something's wrong with the car. Let me talk you through the story. Earlier on today, I was looking for a parking place from around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe 6 or 7 places to sleep, but all of them were not suitable. So I was quite fed up at one point, and I bought myself a pizza and decided that I was just going to drive until I was tired and that I would see where it would bring me. It's currently 10 o'clock, 10:15 in the evening. Just a few moments ago, the car was like waving from left to right and made me feel a little bit unsafe. And I thought about the tow truck, which connected his net around the left rear wheel. Not sure, it could be related, but
I decided to get some rest first and check tomorrow if there's really an issue with the car or if it's just the road causing it to weave left and right. Today we're continuing south and ending the day in a beautiful forest near a museum, where we can finally light that campfire. And as we drive through these magnificent landscapes, take a moment to check out the description below. Here you find links to my social media channels, my Patreon account, and some great discount codes that help support the channel.
lane because our own lane, well, there's too much snow for the car and the wheels are spinning in the third gear. And there's a truck coming, so that is going to be interesting. So just a few seconds ago there was a truck overtaking us. I moved a little bit to the side, got pulled into the side again, into the ditch, and it was already tilting and sliding into it. For some reason it bounced off. I slid sideways on the road and then I came to a stop and my god, that could have ended very bad for us because the ditch was a lot deeper. Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid to go to the side again. I think we should find a place to stop and wait for the snow plow to come over. I'm not the type of person who's afraid really fast, but yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this at all. Oh, can I stop the car over here maybe? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it's a little bit too dangerous to drive any further for now. Oh, convoy coming. Seems to be alright now, a little bit more after the trucks have gone by. I'm going to try and continue a little bit. Well, I'm going to drive super slow. As I steer as far right as I can, the snow's resistance slows the car's right side, pulling it even further towards the ditch. This was the one stretch of road where I truly felt out of control and feared crashing. So I decided to stop and wait for better road conditions. That's like my hand. You see? Can you imagine calling this little car your home for 3 weeks? Apart from taking way too much stuff with me, this worked out pretty well so far. We have arrived at the weighing bridge. 1200 and it was 1280 we included. Almost 1300 kilograms. I don't know what's the the limit for the car. We'll have a look in the manual. What's interesting to know, right?
'Cause you won't wait forever, so just hit 'em.
Right guys, I think I found a nice place. We might be able to make a campfire finally. This is going to be alright. That's where we are going to make the fire. We are going to put the car right over here. See, it's all flat.
Alright, this was the place I was looking for the entire trip. Finally! I considered using wood chips to start the fire, but I didn't have the patience for that. So I went with the classic firelighters to make things a bit easier. After hauling a pack of wood around for almost the entire trip, finally enjoying this campfire feels incredibly rewarding. As the fire crackles softly, I reflect on everything this journey has brought me. It hasn't just been about reaching the destination, it's been about all the moments in between. The quiet times like this, far from the chaos, make it clear what this trip has truly been about. Personal growth, unforgettable experiences, and learning to value the little things in life. I think back about the highs, those breathtaking views that left me speechless, and the lows where I doubted myself or faced unexpected challenges. Yet it's those hard days that stand out the most. They've shaped me, taught me to adapt, and helped me find beauty in simplicity. Now, in the warmth of the fire, surrounded by nature, I feel a deep sense of gratitude. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button, as it really helps me reach more people. Every mile I've traveled, every obstacle I've faced has written a story I'll carry with me forever. This journey has changed me in ways I never expected. And for that, I am thankful. At last, I've discovered the squashed air intake pipe from the heater, the reason why it wasn't working properly all the time.
It's currently -12, so I just covered the normal car battery outside in a blanket, so that tomorrow we don't have issues with starting the car. I'm tired. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. I'm going to sleep now.
During my extreme adventures, keeping track of my health is essential. The ULTRAHUMAN Ring Air is lightweight, comfortable, and tracks everything you need. Sleep quality, stress levels, heart rate, and more. It helps me improve my performance and recover better on the go. Until December 2nd, get 20% off with code ZOOF20 using the link in the description. After that, enjoy 10% off with code ZOOF10. Today we're driving the last stretch to Geiranger, and it was going to be an interesting day again.
Good morning everyone, as we drive through the city of Trondheim. It's currently 8:30 and we have slept really nice, a really good night with the heater on, and we used almost no diesel. We are nearing the port of Halsanaustan, where our ferry is waiting for us. At least I hope that it's waiting for us. Look at that. It's arriving in port. That is excellent stuff. So we have almost arrived at Kanestraum ferry quay, and from there on we will go to Molde, which is going to be 69 kilometers, and there's our next ferry waiting for us.
You held your hand in mine all the way. Ask if I may join the night. It's okay, so I can say I don't like it. Can say I don't mind, but somehow I always end up here. I'm stuck, I'm 6 feet under. Everybody wants the same, but it's only a dream.
By now, I've noticed that I'm much more comfortable in front of the camera, even in public spaces. Most people don't care what you're doing, it's just your own thoughts holding you back.
Everybody wants the same,
So now we are going to wait for the ferry, which is almost entering port.
but it's nothing for me. The night just goes on and on. You're in the mood. I stare at my feet and smile, acting confused, so I can say I don't like it.
Thank you very much. Cheers, bye-bye. 108 crowns for the ferry. I can't remember I paid for the last one, to be honest. Maybe it went automatically, or I don't know, maybe you had to do it yourself. I don't know.
Always back down as soon as I see it. The risk of being seen as the idiot around, wasting my time, building up courage just to throw away it all in the end. 'Cause it's all
By pure chance, I discovered a restaurant on top of a mountain run by a Dutch couple. They even showed me how they add spikes to their shoes themselves, something I had never thought of before. After a quick drink, I set off for the final stretch to Geiranger, but we'll be back here sooner than expected.
starting from square one. So losing my time, lost my
I am not a fan of asking for subscribers because I believe great content naturally earns them. However, in 2 videos where I mentioned liking the video, the like to view ratios were the highest. So let's give it a shot. If you're not subscribed yet and don't want to miss any of the upcoming videos, hit that subscribe button now. Stay tuned until the end of this video to get a sneak peek of everything coming up next.
always lose sight as soon as I focus.
There's our boat.
I feel like I was made for this typical bust, but you know what I like. It's written all over. You know I'm gonna fake it.
After a smooth day so far, the evening was about to get really interesting again.
1 second.
It seemed like this guy's locks were frozen, and since I am now experienced with that, I decided to offer him my help.
Here. I got this for your locks to... Is it frozen? It will come.
Kanestraum.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers. Good luck.
Yeah.
Bye bye. This lock was frozen, so we put in some defroster, and it will take a little while to work, maybe a minute or so, but yeah. Okay, it's open. These locks are open now. All right, so we helped the man. Amazing stuff.
Getting close to Geiranger now, but these 25 kilometers were going to be more interesting than the entire day so far.
Yeah, we will... Oh, almost lost it. We wanted to go straight ahead instead of turning.
Geiranger is just around the corner now, promising an amazing view of the fjord once we reach the bottom. At least that was the plan. In just a moment we'll finally solve the brake problems, but as if that wasn't enough, another unexpected event is waiting for us right after.
I'm hearing some noises again. What the fuck is that? You hear that?
In an upcoming video I'll find out that the shocks, both front and back, are completely shot.
Oh, the car's so low, it hits the floor every time we hit a little bump of snow. Oh, sorry.
With the car at its maximum weight limit, this makes the ground clearance much lower than usual. Maybe it helps if we remove some of this ice, although once it's frozen to the car it is hard to get it off.
It's the dirtiest little up I've seen, actually. Oh, what is going on? The sound is still there. Is there something under the car, maybe? We'll have a look.
It was exactly this sound that would lead me to finding out what the actual problem was.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't sound good. But there's no option. I need to go to the tunnel. And I'm going through the tunnel now. And there's no way of stopping over here. Oh, this really doesn't sound good. I really want to find a parking place now. Something is breaking. Please end the tunnel already. I need to stop the car. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. I can take the wheel off. But that's going to take a while. This is going to be a problem. It is about, let me see. There's a parking place which is about 1.5 kilometers from here. But the sound that the car makes is just so worrying that I'm a little bit afraid to drive further. But currently I'm in a place where I can't even stop. This is like for snowplows at the end of a tunnel. But then we have to drive 1500 meters with all this noise and maybe break something and be even further from home if something really breaks. At least it sounds like something's breaking. So what we are going to do is we're gonna lift the car up, take the wheel off, have a look at something that might be broken. Every day that started boring or went according to plan or ahead of schedule, ended in drama. Just like today. Today was going perfectly fine. No problems whatsoever. Everything perfectly normal. And again, it's 6:30 in the evening and shit hits the fan. My God. What should I do? I can't make a choice. Well, I can't stay here, so we must drive. We're going to drive really slow, as slow as we safely can. Like 1500 meters doesn't sound like a lot, but when your car is like making the sound of dying, 1500 meters is a lot. I can tell you. Okay, I'm going to charge you, and then I'm going to drive. What I did was I tried to push the metal bracket a little bit back away from the brake disc with the scissors, and I have no idea if it's going to work, but wow, you hear that? The sound is gone. The sound is gone. Oh my god, that was so clever. That was amazing stuff. I'm so happy right now. That was really what was the problem. I was listening to a video that I made and I sent it to a friend. And when I was listening to the sound on my phone, I could identify what it was, the metal sound. I could hear it on the phone better than in real life. So then I got a clear moment. I thought, that must be it. That's it. That's the sound. So I took the scissors and pushed back the metal bracket behind the disc, the brake disc, and voila, it's gone. I am amazing. I'm amazed, and I'm amazing as well. That was epic. All right, no more drama today. I just want to cook a meal now, and I'm going to cook a meal, and I'm not going to do anything anymore today. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I kind of did it.
All right.
The intention of
Okay, I can help you both.
We're literally going from one thing to the next here, but at this point nothing surprises me anymore. Looks like dinner will have to wait for now. Apparently she was having fun driving around the parking lot, considering herself a drift champion and getting a bit overconfident. The guy, it turns out, is another road tripper who came over to help as well. We cleared as much snow as possible from in front of and under the car and then gave it a shot at pulling it out. But this wasn't going to be easy. The Volvo was much heavier than my little up. The camera had been filming while connected to the charging cable for the past 30 minutes. And apparently that was a bit too much. It overheated and stopped recording just before I could pull the car out. It took some effort, but we finally managed to get it done. Now it's time to crack open a beer and grab something to eat. I am starving.
Everything's ready for dinner. Amazing, isn't it? It's really nice. So yeah, we are waiting for the water to boil. A little bit more, so we will not be hungry tonight. Yeah, now we just wait for our food to be ready. This was, after all we've been through, quite a day actually. At one point it looked really bad and I saw myself already on the towing truck. But yeah, everything is fixed and our food is cooking. What else do you want? Yeah man, this is really great. Appreciate the little things in life. Cheers everyone. Food. You know, when you make your food like this along the road and inside your car, it tastes much better than at home. And I think that's because you value the food more than at home, because you did an effort for it. That was really nice. It's almost at the doorstep of the car, so that's a lot. I'm stuck officially. Yeah, I'm not gonna get out like this. I'm gonna do it for the other guys.
The plan was to drive down this road toward Geiranger, but with the current weather conditions, it was clear this would be a challenge. Then an oncoming snowplow flashed its lights, a clear warning not to continue.
I feel a little bit uncertain about what we are currently doing. I don't think this is a good idea. So the snow is pretty much increasing a lot, and we are on a road which is pretty steep, and I'm really not sure if this is the right thing to do. So I'm consulting my co-road trippers. Hello. Yeah.
We've never driven in snow, really. Do you think go back and go up the way we came?
I don't feel safe going that way, at least.
Do you want us to turn around so you can follow us back up?
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea. Yeah. I think I'm going back to the place where we were. What are you guys going to do?
I think I'll turn here.
So they are going to turn the car over here. The van is pretty big to turn over here. They could have better reversed the car.
I'm too lazy for the snow chains, so I guess the parking place is our destination for today.
There is a snowplow clearing the road.
Stay there.
Okay. So now I'm going to try and turn the car, but I really cannot see anything. It's all white in the back. I have no idea where I'm going. Is it the parking lot? Yes, it is. Right, so I think we are going to stay here for at least a while. We are not going to go down, unfortunately, to Geiranger. We are going to make a campfire in the wild with my temporary neighbors.
After saying goodbye to the couple I had just met, it was time to hit the road again. The goal for today is to cover as much distance towards home as possible. The roads are slippery, so we have to drive slowly, but it gives me a chance to fully take in the stunning landscapes around us. Next we arrive at the ferry again, the same one where we helped that guy with the lock defroster yesterday.
The morning light is wandering on my face. I can't believe I don't know the day, the time, the place. I drive around in a city full of shame. Everything feels hollow when you are away. When it all comes down. When our life is too big to confound. You said I can't love anyone but you. And I know exactly what to do. You said I can't love anyone but you. And I know exactly what to do.
During twilight, the snow started falling again, creating stunning wintry scenery along the way.
I'm so yours if you want to.
The pace was slow and I was struggling to keep the car on the road. Passing Fjellstova and noticing it was already 5:30, I decided to call it a day and stop here for the night.
Dat was denk ik...
Ik maak even een plekje voor je vrij daar.
Ja, het is prima joh.
Dan kun je er in ieder geval staan. Kijk, ik heb niet meegenomen.
Hoi.
Hij is weer terug.
Ja, was niet te doen joh. Ik reed hier langs, ik denk weet je wat, ik ga gewoon hier stoppen. Ik kijk morgen wel verder.
Rijkswaterstaat
Eet ik hier wat?
nu om vooral niet de weg op te gaan.
Oké, nou,
In
echt,
Norway.
oh,
In
echt?
Norway.
Oh ja,
Dus
daar
dat
kan
is
ik me wel bij voorstellen. En Oslo vliegveld was dicht, hoorde ik.
Ja, Gardermoen is gisteren dicht geweest. Dat gebeurt ook bijna nooit.
Nee.
Maar vandaag weer, hè?
Vandaag weer?
Ja, ik dacht, dat is een etenstijd, zal je helemaal vol zitten, maar...
Nee, we hebben 4 uur eten doen.
Oh,
En om 6 uur gaan we dicht.
oh.
En dat weet ook iedereen.
En behalve ik.
Wat over handen? Die jongen met die up.
Hoi, Gerda.
Oh, ook nog een Nederlander?
Ja,
Hoi,
ik werk hier gewoon.
Oh, oké, nou, aangenaam.
Ja.
Nou ja, een snieteltje met frietjes erbij of zo.
Mayonaise bij de patat.
Ja,
Ja, precies. ja.
lekker man.
Ja. Ik maak even een plek vrij achter voor je.
So this is really an amazing place. The food is absolutely great compared to other Norwegian places that I've been. They made a nice place for us with the snow shovel where we can get power and we even got access to the bathroom. Yeah, really felt welcome over here. We are going to go there now. There's a great cabin somewhere where we can get power, which is, I think, over here. Oh right, look. Here's the power outlet.
Amazing. Look at that. So now we have power in the car. Look, this is interesting because now if there is a toll tunnel or a piece of the road which requires a toll to be paid, we are anonymous. Same is for the rear, as you can see.
Before heading for a shower, I decided to set up the diesel heater first. This way the car would be nice and warm when I got back. But once again, this was about to get interesting.
Put it on. Just like that. This one. Like if it's made for this car. The pipe is on, it goes to the heater, and I taped the screen because I think last time there was a lot of snow and there's some openings over here in the top. I'm going to switch on the inverter. Where is it? There it is. Now something should happen. It's going to start scanning for the device. So the diesel heater is not working, it doesn't switch on. Sometimes I'm getting so tired of being me. So we can measure it. What's going on? I'm going to measure if there's even power going to the diesel heater. Volts, volts. See, there's no power.
I decide to check out where the showers are first.
Right. Oh yeah. So it's all nice and warm over here and it looks really nice and clean. Look at that.
Alright, first I'm going to try fixing the heater. It worked perfectly fine just 2 days ago, so what could have changed?
This looks really nice. There's like cabins over there. There's one too. There in the distance, or a few of them. Which I think in the summer is really great over here on the mountain. Alright, so let's go to the car.
Alright, the inverter is broken. So yeah, that means that we're not going to get the heater tonight and that we will have to take it all down again. It's really broken.
Good morning. I left the window open a little bit for some fresh air. And now the whole car is filled with snow.
Really, there's snow everywhere. This is all really handy, my friend.
That's like a lot. Look. There's one headlight that's making a lot of noise because they're actively cooled. And one is making noise and the other one doesn't. Well, there's not much we can do about it right now. We just hope it doesn't break because it's now going to spin even faster than that. So there we go for another day of driving. It's difficult to see what is underneath the snow. Goed zo, nou, doe voorzichtig en wellicht tot snel. Hey, hoi.
Today the plan is to drive back as far as possible. Hopefully the roads will be in better condition than they were yesterday.
Looking back to when it all began, I was 25, you were 21. Oh, I should have known better then, but my heart was blinded like an old man. I recognized every scene we had, the dusk, the twilight, and the city lights. Oh, I didn't see it coming until it was over. Can we go back to what it was before? Like the bad things never came to us. Ooh, I want to make it all go away. Oh, like time, never rain, never us. Can we go back and figure out it all? Ooh, 'cause I can't find a way out. Anyone can see I'm hurt to the bone. Oh, 'cause time got the best of us, yeah. Waking up in Sunday morning.
And it's cold again, really cold. It's like minus 20 now, and I was looking for something like the breakfast, but it's only sweets and chocolates and things I don't really fancy currently. So we are going to have a look at another fuel station.
Can we go back to what it was before? Like the bad things never came to us. Oh, I want to make it all go.
Will the bubbles freeze? I have no idea, actually. Oh, that's funny. The people who were driving by might have thought by themselves, what the hell is that idiot doing? I have no idea if this worked, but we are going to look at the footage later on, because I want to go in the car now. We should have tried this before, but better late than never. There's so many things that have broken on this trip. I lost count, actually. I need to stop saying actually, because there's no need to say actually. Actually. I'm hearing strange noises again. You hear that? That is the metal bracket again, behind the brake disc. I found a place to stop, and we are going to push back the metal bracket. I'm going to explain to you what is making the noise. So, there, this is the brake disc. There, that is a metal bracket. If there's snow behind and everything, and you're going to turn the steering wheel, it's going to push this metal bracket to the disc. I hope that did the trick.
Here's an example of what happens when one wheel gets too close to the edge of the road. I imagine this must happen a lot around here. Moving on with another attempt at something beautiful, although as soon as they freeze, they pop. I probably expected a bit too much from it, but nevertheless, it was fun to try.
I've got ourselves something to eat. I'll show you what it cost. The croissant cost us 34 Norwegian crown. 3 euros. Like one croissant is costing me 3 euros. I hope it tastes good. Well, it must taste good. This is 3 euros. Pretty ridiculous, right? Because of the ice buildup behind the wheels and under the doors, the car is really low. So here we are driving on a road. Yeah, that's what I mean. Ah. Still around minus 20, so the cold It's coming through my jacket, through my hoodie, through my shirt, and onto my body. I can feel it. Everything's getting cold. I'm so underdressed for this kind of weather. It takes about 5 minutes to get cold, and it takes about 20 minutes to get warm again. I really needed this because I was a little bit tired, and sure as hell I'm completely woken up again now. Oh, it's nice and warm here.
After driving for about 9 hours, I'm starting to feel tired. Time to grab something to eat and recharge before tackling the final stretch of this day.
What a drive. No thanks. Thank you very much. Cheers, bye bye. Look what we got ourselves.
At this point, it's mostly just a lot of driving. The road conditions are much better now, which gives me time to reflect on what an incredible journey it has been. There's a hint of sadness knowing it's almost over, but it's clear this adventure has left me wanting more. 5 years ago, I could have never imagined doing something like this. Back then, my weekends were spent partying all night. But over time, that pull faded and I realized I needed a change. I see it as the end of my younger years and the beginning of something new. A chapter that's redefining who I am and what I value.
It's up to us, I don't know what to do to make.
Thank you so much for watching and joining me on this adventure. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next adventure. See you in the next video.
Roadtrip.